Good morning, student. Today we'll be dealing with the chapter Indigo, the chapter 5 of your textbook Flamingo, the most important chapter as far as the CBSE is concerned, and very important chapter in the Indian history. So, the author of this chapter, Louis Fisker, was an admirer of Gandhiji. He visited Gandhiji in 1942, and Gandhiji narrated him the incident which prompted him to fight against the British. So he wrote his biography, The Life of Mahatma Gandhi, and this chapter, Indigo, is taken from that book. And this book has been reviewed as one of the best book ever written on Gandhiji by Times Educational Supplement. Fine, student. So now coming with the chapter Indigo. When I first visited Gandhiji in 1942 at his ashram in Sevagram in central India, he said. So this is what Louis Fisker he says that when he visited Gandhiji in 1942 at his ashram, then Gandhiji narrated him and he said that I will tell you how it happened that I decided to urge the departure of British. It was in 1917. So at that very time, Gandhiji, he told Louis Fisker that it was in 1970 that he decided that he would fight against the Britishers. And normally what we feel that it was in 1947 when India and Gandhiji decided to fight against Britishers. But no, it was in 1917 when he decided, though the implementation took place in 1942 with Quit India movement. Fine. So he says that he had gone to the December 1916 annual meeting of the Indian National Congress Party at Lucknow. There were 2,000 delegates and many visitors during the proceeding. Gandhiji recounted, a peasant came up to me looking like any other peasant in India, poor, and said, I am Rajkumar Shukla. So Gandhiji, he goes back into the flashback and he says that when he went in 1916, on December 1916 at Lucknow during the Indian National Congress, there were 2,000 delegates, and among the delegates there was a farmer. His name was Rajkumar Shukla. Like the other farmer, he was poor, and he asked Gandhiji to come to Champaran. Okay, he said, I am Rajkumar Shukla, I am from Champaran, and I want you to come to my district. Gandhiji had never heard of that place. So it was Rajkumar Shukla who forced Gandhiji to come to Champaran. At that time, Gandhiji had no idea about Champaran, and Gandhiji had never heard of that place. It was in the foothill of the towering Himalayas near the kingdom of Nepal. So where was it? It was in the foothill of Nepal. Fine, this is clear. Yes or no? Okay, fine. So the question that comes out to be from this extract is, when did Gandhiji decided that he would fight with the Britishers? Fine. The second question that comes out from this extract is, who was Rajkumar Shukla and what did he ask Gandhiji? Fine. Okay, now coming to the next one. Under an ancient agreement, the Champaran peasant were the sharecropper. Now Gandhiji, he tells Louis Fisker that during Champaran, they had a agreement, and that was called the sharecropper agreement. Fine. Coming to the next one. This under an ancient agreement. Okay. Under an ancient agreement, the Champaran peasant were sharecropper. Rajkumar Shukla was one of them. He was illiterate but resolute. So what does Gandhiji says? Gandhiji told Louis Fisker that Rajkumar Shukla was also one of the farmer who had the dealing with sharecropper. But the only thing is, though he was illiterate, he was resolute. Resolute means he was determined. He had come to the Congress session to complain about the injustice of the landlord system in Bihar, and somebody had probably said, speak to Gandhiji. So he had come to Champaran, and why did he come to Champaran? Because the people had asked him to meet Gandhiji with this problem. Okay, Gandhiji told Shukla that he had an appointment in Kanpur and also committed to go to the other part of India. Shukla followed him everywhere. Then Gandhiji returned to his ashram near Ahmedabad. So Gandhiji first of all wanted to just ignore him. He said that he is going to Kanpur because he had a meeting over there, and then he had to go to some other places also. And then Gandhiji finally he returned to Ahmedabad. Shukla, he followed Gandhiji to his ashram For week he never left Gandhiji, and this is what impressed Gandhiji the most. He never left Gandhiji. He followed wherever Gandhiji had asked him to come. Impressed by the sharecropper tenacity and the story, Gandhiji said, I had to be in Calcutta on such and such date. Come and meet me and take me from there. So Gandhiji was so very happy with the determination of Rajkumar Shukla that he finally decided to go with Rajkumar Shukla. Fine. So the question that comes out to be, why did Gandhiji decide to go with Rajkumar Shukla, and why is Rajkumar Shukla described as being resolute? Fine. Next question that comes out to be, why did Rajkumar Shukla go to meet Gandhiji? Is this clear? Fine. Coming to the next paragraph. Month passed, Shukla was sitting on the haunches at the appointment spot in Calcutta when Gandhiji arrived. He waited till Gandhiji was free. Then two of them boarded a train for the city of Patna. And finally, this is how Gandhiji decided, and he went to Patna. Fine. Only this much for today. I had given you students some questions, 4-5 questions. Please put down in your English notebook so that we can discuss the next chapter tomorrow. Stay home, stay safe.